Hello, it's Friday, April 27th, 2006. This is Brian Shannon speaking, and the market's closed. The S&P 500 did finish with a loss of 16 cents, or 0.11%, and a very small little pullback within this very powerful uptrend that is just crushing the short sellers in here. And I don't think anyone feels bad for the short sellers, just like they didn't feel bad for anyone who was long in 2002. Or any of these little pullbacks in here recently. They were greedily trying to push the market lower. They got caught with their pants down, and they've been paying since. So we've got this market in just this fantastic uptrend still. It is still extended. It continues to get more extended to the upside, but there's still very little there that says that we're due for a reversal of any kind. We've got this little uptrend line. Maybe we want to keep an eye on that. That also comes in around that 149 level, which is where we've also got the rising 5-day moving average. So I think that in the S&P 500 next week, early on, we want to focus on that 149 level. Breaking below that could be the beginning of a little pullback from this recent rally, and we're definitely due for one. And so far, it just hasn't paid to be short. So just continue to play the trends and respect that trend. If you don't believe in it, don't sell short because you think it's up too much, but instead just stand on the sidelines and cash. At least you won't get hurt there. The people who are getting short are the ones who are getting hurt, and it never pays to be short in an uptrend. The Nasdaq 100, the Qs here, these guys finally broke out this past week as well, and they added nicely to their gains. They were pushed out, basically, I think, by this move in the semiconductors, which we'll look at it again in a moment. But this the Qs today finished with a loss of just 3 cents, and you can see here we're at multiple year highs in the Qs as well. And again, on the 10-minute time frame, no sign of any problem. I think that basically 46.30, breaking below that, you want to get a little bit more cautious next week, and then next support level is probably 45.60 or so. We're probably not going to go. In other words, I don't think we're going to break straight down through 46.30 and then right to that 45.60. I don't think it's going to be that easy for people who are selling short. We're still in an uptrend. We've still got that rising 5-day moving average, but there might be some scalping opportunities on the short side. But you got to remember, in this overall powerful uptrend, any short sale that you do, you've got to be extremely disciplined about it. And I think you've got to take those profits very quickly, because the path of least resistance obviously is higher for this market. Semiconductors, SMH, these guys did break out on that move a week ago. We were looking for some pullback and consolidation. It didn't really give us much opportunity. Texas Instruments came out with their earnings on Tuesday, or Monday night. That stock was up significantly. It gapped this semiconductor market up, had some follow through on Wednesday, and we're seeing a little bit of a pullback here, and it's actually shaping up to be a very nice little pullback in that the volume is diminishing relative to the not to the 20-day moving average of volume in here that I'm looking at, but relative to the event. The event was the buyers took control in a forceful way. Relative to that, as it comes in, the sellers aren't rushing into the market, and the longs aren't just liquidating their positions. They're still holding on with some conviction. And that's because we've got such a powerful breakout on the weekly chart. I'd love to see it pull back on a light volume pullback down towards that 36 level, but I think that might be asking for a little bit too much. Perhaps we could see 36.5 or so at some point next week come down and test this level where we had this high from the 19th. But we'll see what happens. The the semiconductors are showing lower highs and lower lows, but we've still got that rising 5-day moving average, so you want to give the benefit of the doubt to the buyers in there. No reason for concern in here. The only area I would really be a little bit not really concerned about, but just keep my eyes open to, is the IWM, the Russell 2000. You can see this trend line that it's been holding since late March. So for almost a full month, it's been holding this trend line. And looking at the daily time frame, we had that breakout. We're still holding up above there, and we've got a very good level of support just below at $81 a share. But this trend line, we want to keep an eye on that, and I think breaking below $82 a share that might be the catalyst for a little bit more of a pullback, perhaps down towards that 81 to 81.25 level. But the overall, the IWM still is in a very nice uptrend. The markets are in a great uptrend, and there's really no reason to be thinking short here. There might be some kind of move that catches a lot of people off guard on these little gaps lower, but it seems like the buyers come right back in like they did today. I mean, we had a gap lower, but the buyers came in. They finished with, the market finished with a small loss, but overall the buyers were in control once again.